Yeah.
And
oh man.
Yeah, oh man, that was completely retarded. Your own fighters are dropping out of the event. You think it's all malicious? They just want to hurt you? All of this genuine criticism is just a lie to you. Here's Wade, one of the commentators, talking about how misled he was.
You're telling people it's a charity event. Stop telling people that, because it's not what it is.
Yeah, stop saying that.
That was the whole issue with the lack of communication behind number one.
Thank God for that CNN article to remind us that the R word is back. Thank you, CNN.
Your opinion on the skulls, and did you send them?
I didn't send the skulls. I don't know. I thought the skulls thing was kind of humorous to hear that. Especially when I heard that they were like from skulls.com or something like that. That made it funny.
Just like a death threat to a father, a family.
Yeah. Was it a death threat?
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
Yes, the threat is motivated on your community slandering Ethan as a racist who loves genocide. The threat so obviously is, you don't know who we are, but we know where you and your family live. I thought Ian would be empathetic towards this, since he thought Sam Hyde was gonna kill him for no reason.
It was the craziest thing because Anissa said to me, she's like, Kate, you don't
God, he's already
understand.
ripped this bit.
Ian and I both believe
How long
that
ago was
Sam
this?
Hyde would really come and find me and would actually murder me. So that's the reason why we have to take all these precautions. And I'm just like, are you sure?
I'm coming to kill you! I was like, I think the guy's a millionaire. I was like, I don't think he's going to risk his freedom.
Oh, he didn't learn empathy. He learned very convenient selective empathy. I see now.
Kill you.
Meanwhile, 2 low-level staffers at the Israeli embassy were killed in the name of stopping a genocide. The same thing these guys accuse Ethan and his family of defending. But Ethan's crazy for being worried.
No, this is a hallucination. I will say it once again. If I don't think it's appropriate for someone to call CPS on Ethan Klein, why the f would I ever think it's appropriate for someone to kill Ethan Klein? Are you stupid? Of course, that is insane.
No, but you'd still praise them and hop on streams with them. Adam Panada is encouraging people to continue to make false CPS calls to Ethan and Gila. He's acting like it's a big joke.
Hello, is this Child Protective Services? Yes, thank you. I'd like to report a case of endemic dog infestation.
A dead person.
And it also contains 2 Zionists, and as we all know, Zionists are baby killers, so I think this is a very dangerous situation for the children, given the dog and the Zionists keep those kids safe.
This might be funny if it wasn't actually happening. This guy is also a serial doxer. He's doxing people on Twitter right now as we speak. It's so wild to me that we have this group of people that have devolved into this mentality where lying is completely okay. Hassan's biggest fan account is spreading the lie that Asman killed his mom. Just makes it up. Even Frogan, the least relevant Hassan groupie, is completely lying about her past statements, saying veterans deserved PTSD.
I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the U.S. military.
Bro, you didn't misspeak. You were serious.
I will never have any pity for any soldiers. U.S. military? Who who? I hope you get PTSD. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America.
She lives in Michigan, by the way. And then you double down the next day laughing at what you said.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
These people are such cry bullies. If you aren't 100% with them, you're against them. A Twitter account posts that Hassan was banned for a day. Well, Hassan frames them as an agent of Israel. Hassan replies, every blue check power farmer is an Israeli dick rider on this website. This guy didn't say anything. All he did was report your ban. And you have a blue check mark. Frogan sees Asman speak mildly about political content on Twitch. In Frogan's eyes, he's discriminating against.
It's funny because I have some more normie friends, and I did have this feeling that if you're kind of like left-leaning and you are more of a normie, then you'd still probably find Hassan quite appealing, and you might think what Ethan's doing without really knowing the context is kind of insane. But I think the kind of shit that Hassan's been saying recently has got like, I think it's even got kind of the more like the less attentive normie people thinking that he's kind of fucking mental now. So I don't know. I think it also makes me wonder like what these guys are going to do once this conflict is over, in terms of like, because they've just bitten so many fucking insane bullets on the Israel-Palestine shit that I don't know. I don't know what happens like after that for them. This is a very dead zone shit.
If I wanted to optimize ad revenue, you know what I would do? I'd ban politics. The odds are that me and Hassan and Tectone and Frogan and Denims and Central Committee cause 90% of the PR problems on the entire website.
Honestly, facts. Rogan tweets, you consider me political because I wear a hijab. I am not like you and don't make political content anywhere, but typing a tweet once in a while. What reality is she living in? No one mentioned your hijab. And now we have the newest rising star in Hasan's orbit, IDUBBBZ, who's consistently used Creator Clash as a way to shield criticism because it's a charity event.
It's disappointing and it makes me sick to see him, like, you know, using the event as a way to, like, attack me back or whatever.
The new management of Creator Clash 3 revealed that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of the profit from this event. Was Ian really concerned about his charity possibly failing, or did he only care about his bottom line?
Don't worry, Ela. I'm not going to blame you guys for anything Creator Clash related. I know you're terrified of taking accountability for anything, so that will rest solely on my shoulders. But I can't speak for the internet. The internet might actually blame you guys for it.
It's like the buzz cut and everything. Like, he really does just look like he's been released from the Soviet fucking re-education camp, doesn't he? And this is the product.
He thought he was cooking with this. Since then, Freddie Wong seemingly dropped out of the event. After seeing Ian drag Creator Clash through this drama, both the fighters from the main event dropped out of Creator Clash 3, blaming Ian for it. The event went from an arena that hosted 20,000 people to one that has a capacity of 4,000. A reputable harm has been done to this charity event. Everyone rightfully blames Ian and Anissa, but the funniest part is it's barely a charity event at all. Ian responded on Reddit, "We restructured so the funds for our charity partner would be raised on Tiltify, separate and apart from the actual event. The Tiltify is essentially when you go to Walmart checkout and ask you to round up $1 for charity. That's the extent of the charity aspect. People joke that this event would be a disaster like TanaCon.
You're saying the event is going to be worse than TanaCon?
But TanaCon's problem was that too many people showed up. For this one, there might be too many folding chairs. Yes, this is the actual venue. To hear him cry about, oh, this charity event's getting ruined when no pay-per-view sales, ticket sales, or profits from concessions is going to charity is a whole nother level of dishonesty."
What was the charity for? Like cancer research, or I don't even remember.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
stand up to cancer.
Cancer is bad, comes below, I don't like this guy. And I'm going to talk about not liking this guy before I talk about cancer is bad. Because I don't really care about either, but I'm more likely to make videos out of that guy. And whoever gets in the way of that, even if it's kids with cancer, fuck them.
Noah, do you not know cancer is bad? Are you unaware? Oh, sorry guys, can't criticize Ian. There's this crazy disease nobody's heard of called cancer. This has been a disastrous event. It's worthy of criticism.
The way I see it is I think the common defense...
It's both of them. What the fuck? Why are they both like this? They literally both fucking serial killers. Like the way they talk, they're fucking this like dead behind the eyes, this like complete fucking void. What's going on? What is this? It's like it's weird because like Noah constantly does this thing where he like thinks he's making a logical argument, but it just sounds like it's like schizophrenic. It's so fucking weird. It's just like it's just like a random word generator. But he says it like he's connecting things. It's so bizarre. Fucking AI prototype, the one that never made it to the shelf. Fuck.
From the other side would be something along the lines of like, don't use charity as a shield. But I think they completely missed the point that it's like, it's not a shield. It's just like, hurt me as much as you want. You know, it's basically saying like, you do not have a case. You are not winning. You are not hurting me. So you're trying to find other ways to hurt me. You are like,
oh my
you're
God,
kind of by
card.
attacking
Jesus.
this other thing, by triangulating this other thing, you are proving that nothing's working, you know?
Yeah.
And
oh man.
Yeah, oh man, that was completely retarded. Your own fighters are dropping out of the event. You think it's all malicious? They just want to hurt you? All of this genuine criticism is just a lie to you. Here's Wade, one of the commentators, talking about how misled he was.
You're telling people it's a charity event. Stop telling people that. Because it's not what it is.
Yeah, stop saying that.
That was the whole issue with the lack of communication behind number one.
Thank God for that CNN article to remind us that the R word is back. Thank you, CNN. You're my best friend. Releasing the hounds.
And two, that it's a charity event, charity event, charity event. It's not a charity event. It's a boxing event that you are perpendicularly associating with a separate charity that has nothing to do with people buying the boxing event. I was a part of the event and didn't know any of this. I didn't know where money is going outside of the fact that I was offered and said no.
Jay LeRae, one of the fighters, didn't understand that this wasn't a charity event.
Those of you that don't know, I'm going to be boxing in Creator Clash 3 in Tampa, Florida this June 28th. I'm very excited. You can grab your tickets now. In-person tickets are on sale and pay-per-view tickets are on sale as well. You can go grab pay-per-view tickets now. All proceeds from this event are going to Stand Up to Cancer.
That is just not true. The proceeds are profit for the organizers. Only the Tiltify money goes to charity. What was Ian's response in his newest video? Well, it's just a miscommunication.
I have felt extremely handcuffed by Creator Clash these past years because I'm not an expert communicator and I don't know how to convey things, not over communicate, not do all these things that potentially put the event at risk and put other people at risk. And that's kind of why I wanted to step away from this event. It feels like it's inhibiting my ability, like the business side of things, like inhibits my ability to communicate openly and effectively, especially when there's so many people counting on me to do that well.
You don't have to be an expert communicator to let people know that this is a for-profit event. The new people that took over made it clear in just a few lines on the transparency page of the Creator Clash website. When things evolve, each new iteration is supposed to get better, like phones or tools, not Creator Clash. The fourth one's going to be held in Ian's backyard. But the best
Wait, is that video real or is that AI? Where did you get that video from? I didn't know that video actually existed and was still kicking around. I thought it was just a screenshot. I didn't know the video was actually traceable. Wait, what? What is this? What am I looking at?
Phones or tools, not Creator Clash. The fourth one's going to be held in Ian's backyard. But the best example of evolution might be Exter.
Where's that video? Fuck. I need to find it. I'll ask Willie Mac. Okay.
Exter is innovating the wallet game with a slim, slick design, a button that makes all your cards easily accessible, and a finder card so you never lose your wallet again. I think we all have a friend or dad with a wallet that looks like this, big, bulky, ugly. If you sit on it, it gives you a back pain. And as big as it is, I still lose it. And with Father's Day coming up, we don't have to live this way any longer. Now I just pull out the Find My Phone app where I can see the exact location. If you move too far away from it, it gives you a notification so you never leave it behind. And if you get too far from it, you can even ring it. It's slim, convenient, and water resistant.
Wow.
So whether it's for yourself or a Father's Day gift, Exker is the wallet upgrade that everyone will appreciate. So go to partner.esker.com/WillieMacShow and use code WillieMacShow to get 50% off your order. Thank you, Exker, for sponsoring this video.
It was revealed with the change of ownership that Anissa and I, because we're 1/3 ownership of Creator Clash the business, that we were getting 34% of the profit share. We weren't anticipating this event doing well. Like, we wanted to do well enough to pay back the investors, of course. So that's one of the reasons that we were, okay with the profit share thing.
So you guys were expecting it to fail? That's why I think it's so cowardly you guys bailed out of this event. Doesn't it seem like he made this content cop to get bad press so he could drop out? It's interesting how it took till now for moves to be made to make sure this event isn't a complete financial failure.
But another part of it as well is that the contract wasn't structured in a way that the profit share could just directly go to charity. It was told to us, like, you could just donate your portion of the profit share to charity after the event. So we were like, okay, fine. Now, I know some people will find it hard to believe that Anissa and I were just going to give our portion of the profit share to charity. There's nothing I could really say to, I think, convince them otherwise. It was up to our discretion at the end of the day.
The reasoning is so weird. We took profit knowing that the event would fail, but if it somehow succeeded, we would donate that money anyway. You just have to trust us on that. Why not just have that in the contract? Instead of it going to you and Anissa, it goes to charity. Can it not be written in? Am I missing something? Brother, you and your wife aren't exactly known as honest people.
I'm very happy that, this year money is being raised for charity, and I'm glad to know that it's already more successful than year 2.
Andra Tom, thanks for the 25 PLN. Turning in a project tomorrow morning, wish me luck. Well, good luck. Good luck, unless the project's shit. And then in which case you deserve to... I'm joking. Well done. Good luck. Yeah, Willie Mac is absolutely a charity hater. That's all I'm gathering from this video so far. Goblin fishing pole. What do you hear? That did not do anything. Okay. it's shit. That's why I need luck. No, don't be down to yourself. You'll be fine. Ugh. Oh, these are strong guys. Fuck. Strong boys.
Mission accomplished, as far as I'm concerned.
That money wasn't raised by you. It was raised by Hasan reacting to Ethan's content nuke. If you don't host your event at all, that money still goes to charity. You've done nothing.
Go figure. The white guy 8 years later is like, I think Anita Sarkeesian was kind of onto something. There's a lot of assholes on the internet, and they're kind of misogynistic too, I think. It's crazy what a little CTE or the love of a woman will do to you.
Whenever you're around Anissa, you look like an abused dog.
I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had like IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well.
Holy fuck.
You know, I'm not going to spend...
He's at a cafe. Burton, has he always had IBS? Ian's just looking like a shriveled... You look like the grandma from SpongeBob. The chocolate grandma. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what's happened to Ian. He has zero confidence. He doesn't even know how to speak for himself anymore. His boxing coach is telling stories on how Anissa tells Ian when he's hungry.
One time we ended sparring, and afterwards everybody's hanging out, and she walks up to Ian and she goes, "You're hungry."
Yes.
And then so they had to leave because Ian was hungry.
Do you feel like I speak too much for you? Like in this...
I don't think so. You know me better than... Like, I think it's a weird,
Seconds right hand, Alex Wasabi.
Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. The reason Anissa does it is because typically, whatever the topic is, she's filling in the blank. Because I don't say it for myself, I think, a lot of the times. You know? My head's in a different space.
You're not kind to yourself. You've never been kind to yourself. And you'll never share... Like, if you're in a room with a bunch of people and people are talking about, like, what they accomplish or what they've done, you'll never, ever speak up about that.
Does she change her diapers too? Now, I don't know how much weight to put into what this guy's saying. Maybe he's just angry and trying to get back at them for some reason. But now there's another story about Ian getting cucked, no meme.
I've heard is that she was hitting on one of his sparring partners and was obsessed with him and gave him a VIP pass to the event.
A lot of his sparring partners got the passes, but she definitely had a big crush on one of the guys that would come in and spar with them. Because anytime they would spar, she would just be super into it and watch every moment. And then, even if he would like beat me up, she'd be very into it.
Okay, that's scary.
I want to say that, I want to say that before. Anissa never gave shoutouts to Michael training Ian at all, but she put out the first video of Ian like getting rocked in sparring when Ian was sparring with her crush.
Anissa allegedly flew out over 300 creators to the event with no requirement to promote it.
He's like, our brand is at stake. We're $500,000 in the hole right now.
I wish I knew that. I wish I knew that at that time. I think a lot of the fighters would have liked to have known that. I don't think none of them needed to be in the dark about that, you know?
Their pay-per-view sales were behind and they were still spending money.
But they weren't honest about the fact that they were spending the money from the ticket sales on the hotel, on flying people in, on all these other things. So it was just like...
So those decisions, the gala decisions were made while in the red.
Yes.
I have a question about that.
First of all, they rented the hotel for over 300 creators. And flew a lot of them in. When the first year it was much more scaled back.
Ian can't edit a video anymore, so he flies out Twitter editors.
And then the second year, they did that full hotel for 300 creators. They flew a lot of people in. One of the people they flew in was Froggy Tonic, and they flew him in from France.
That's insane.
And Froggy had told us that he was there to salvage the documentary.
Ian and Anissa haven't responded to these latest allegations, but they did defend their tattoos. Priorities.
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool.
It really is remarkable how everything Ian says is projection. Donut Operator revealed in his podcast that Ian stopped talking to him because he made an OnlyFans joke.
He went to a range day with me one time. We used to talk a lot about content creation and stuff. And COVID rolls around, I get bored at home, so I make an OnlyFans where I'm showing my meat.
Really?
And, well, basically, I'm taking a steak and I'm rating a steak. and
see, that's the reaction that you're supposed to have.
Genius.
I thought it was funny. So I'd be wearing like just an apron. Of course, I'm wearing like boxers underneath. And I'd reach down and be like, "This is my OnlyFans," and this is an A5 Wagyu from down the street. And I would talk about it. And I sent it to Ian, and he got mad and called me and like said I was making fun of Anissa, and like I wasn't. I just thought it was a funny bit because I was sitting at home during COVID. And
you'll never understand what it's like to be an ally.
Yeah, he like said stuff like that. Haven't talked to him since. That was like 5 years ago.
Over that?
Yeah, and I've like texted him and tried to reconnect with him. He just won't talk to me anymore.
Ian's response is to say, conveniently leaving out that your girlfriend at the time was pursuing OnlyFans, but you were too pussy to deal with the criticism, so you made a parody account. No, I don't want to be friends with a coward. How is any of that a relevant response? Should Donut Operator have uploaded a video
it's
like—
the thing again, it's just saying words, like it's not an argument. It's not relevant. It doesn't map onto anything that's just been said or done. What? Okay.
You did? Talking about how intelligent he is for letting his wife do OnlyFans.
But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
Yeah, Ian wants to see it.
Let me have my hope, all right? I want to believe he's too intelligent for this. Intelligence has nothing to do with it, but I will say this. If you want to retain hope that I'm intelligent, this is the most intelligent thing I've probably ever done. Is revealing this side of me.
The bar's real low, huh? Bro's only real world experience was working at Legoland. This man just said it was the most intelligent thing he's ever done. Donut Operator, you're missing out. You could be Ian. The content cop has been nothing but a failure. It's done harm to everyone associated with Ian, so the new narrative is to hide behind the dead bodies of Palestinians. Act as if the content cop was about Israel-Palestine the whole time.
I even hate calling it drama, because at the end of the day, it was you kind of taking a stand of being pro-Palestine. I don't think that's drama necessarily, but the way that they have handled talking about this, people like Ethan and some people on Twitter that cover this make it about themselves so often, when that's not what any of this is about, you know, like.
I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit.
There's people in Palestine dying every fucking day. I think over the weekend, just on Saturday alone, like over 100 people were bombed and killed.
I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution subreddit.
What was the impulse to finally take a stand?
Yeah, well, I think Ethan made it really fucking easy for me. I think honestly the only thing that made me second guess any of it was how it affects other people.
Ethan was mad because people were calling CPS on his children, and the content cop was acting like Ethan was lashing out for no reason. But now that Ian's criticized, suddenly he's a big advocate for Palestine. The only time he talked about it is when he said Anissa's half Irish and half Lebanese, so that makes her an expert.
I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
When called out for this by the entire internet, Ian acts like he's above it all.
Yeah, I'm definitely a loser to a huge swath of people online.
Yeah.
And it's I don't really care to be a winner in their eyes.
I don't care.
Oh, I gotta kind of reconcile with my past moments.
Where is this guy? Where the fuck is this guy?
So I relate in that way, but then I also relate in the way that it's hard. It's hard to be funny. And I can tell that bro really admires a lot of these comedians that he's had on his show. I think he wants to, be something special. I think he wants to be an entertainer. But it's gonna take a lot of fucking pain and hurt to actually discover who the fuck you are, because I don't think he knows who he is, to be honest.
It wasn't overnight, me gaining my confidence back. And I'm still probably not all the way there.
The
but
fucking projection, man! Holy shit! That is severe projection. Okay, do I have to kill this guy before this person figures out where they are? Okay, let's go. This is a huge risk. This guy I'm looking for is down here. I need to get the tag, though. And I might potentially pull the entire building. Okay, just a couple of fucking mages. No problem. Okay. Come on! That's fine. Get in this little corner.
This guy projects more than a movie theater. Yeah,
Hey.
Ethan should have followed your podcast format, where you hide all your new episodes on Patreon. They've figured out a way to argue that them making boring content somehow makes them a better person. I've subscribed to their Patreon, and their podcast was so mundane, I couldn't bother to slog through it. This was the highlight.
I would say there's some options that you don't think about as existing, especially when you're younger. I didn't think about how I could put an egg in my ramen.
Yeah.
I never considered that.
Yeah.
And it always felt like it was a little bit like lacking something. Like I wanted to put something like cheese in there.
Mhm.
But Fluffy put me on to putting an egg in there. I mean, he chefed it up quite a bit. He like would go through the effort of like cutting up some green onions and stuff.
Yeah.
and putting
Oh,
it in
wow. He was really
Um,
chefing it up.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do more. And I think that's, to be honest, what a lot of like, I think that's such a positive avenue for people who are struggling with their weight.
How are they morally grandstanding on getting less views? They act like Ian's video saved the sex industry.
When the OnlyFans shit happened and everybody was shitting their pants about me having an OnlyFans, there were some content creators that suggested to Ian, like, the move is to make your own OnlyFans and go in there and fucking just start posting on OnlyFans and make it a big joke. And, like, that's what people want to see. That's what's going to be entertaining. And, like, yeah, we understand what the, like, politically correct, not politically correct,
Strategically.
the strategically correct move is. But for, in that instance, for the sex working community, that would harm them so, like, so much more than, like, it would help us.
That's the biggest frustration, is that people don't really, it's like, I'm the one who made all of these videos in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I understand
The game.
Yeah. Like, of course, like the suggestion of like
You're
making the
giving up the
OnlyFans
game.
thing a joke.
Yeah.
Like, that was like, that's so obvious
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
But the people who suggested that shit to me
Mhm.
are f***ing losers. If you're watching this, you're a f***ing loser.
Oh no, this guy thinks I'm a loser.
I'm gay.
Who would have thought that this would have been the peak of Ian's career? The biggest scope in Ian's video was him saying tons of people agree with him. They just didn't leave a comment or make a video because they're too busy.
I think all of the people who are like, know who is like literally winning the argument and who is like presenting a better case. I think a lot of those people are just silent, you know? At most, they're clicking like on a video.
Wait, the goal is almost done. I did not know. Chat. Speaking of success, that goal has got 9 minutes left, and it's already on 9 out of 10, okay? Don't make me cry.
But they're not gonna fucking put in like the labor to like make sure their guy wins.
Did Joseph Mengele make the egg and ramen discovery? Jewish. Damn, dude. The real question is, would that have made it worth it? In Anissa's eyes. Give me that. Oh.
Where their girl wins, you know? They're just gonna fucking kind of move on because they got a life.
He's trying so hard to convince himself he's in the right.
Know that other commentary channels, regular people, when they're trying to get a temperature.
Hey, Meme, thanks for $4.99. Thanks for completing the goal. What a champ. My wallet is as empty as Ian and Noah. Good one. And a totally funny dude. Thanks for $10 as well. Thanks for a little bonus. Fuck. I do enjoy a good bonus.
Temperature check about how people feel about this. They're gonna like, you know, if the like dislike isn't giving them much of a vibe, they are gonna go to the comments and they are going to you know, use that as a template for how they should feel about it. Not in all cases, but you know, they want to have an understanding. They want to be tapped in, because I think a lot of people, that is like it's important. You know, I want to know what people are thinking about a video. But I think there's a big force of really loud people in the comments, and they scare people away. And especially if it's brigaded fast and quickly, like within the first 24 hours of it being uploaded.
Or maybe it's because your video sucks, but let's let him cook.
There's been a lot of people to
How accurate is Fauda? It's exactly like real life. I hope not. Because that baldy guy, okay, Doron, I think the whole thing about him is that he's supposed to be fucking like a total state, right? He's completely useless. And he keeps on getting his own guys in danger. So if he doesn't get discharged, then there's probably a big issue there. I don't know.
put out commentary videos about Ethan and they go bye-bye.
Like who?
Like they're like, "F this, I do not want the smoke, I do not want the heat." And even if it's like not genuine at all, it's like there are people out there in different communities that are like, I'm gonna get on this shit and I'm going to make them feel like the internet's against them and this is the fucking end of their career.
Bro, just name somebody.
Which videos are, I mean, do any come to mind specifically about?
I mean, I think the left or the snark, the H3 snark has like kept track of them. There was like one smaller
H3
commentary
snark, let's
channel.
go.
I think they may have focused on like fucking like Ethan's topics, or Ethan talking about Markiplier maybe. I'm not sure what it was specifically, but that one got nuked. There was a woman who made one. Oompaville was another one.
We got one name and it's Oompaville. Now, I like Oompaville, but he prefaced his video by saying, I don't know anything about the drama, I'm not going to look into it any farther, and he just sided with Ian on most things. He just says, I don't know the whole time.
I don't know. I really don't know the point of this video. I don't know what's going on, but it's very epic though.
Okay.
A lot of calling out of hypocrisy, but everyone's always hypocritical. If you're speaking and you're critiquing things and you're judging people, you're always going to be hypocritical, no matter what. Like, it's not possible to not do that.
I don't know what that means.
Apparently, Denims, I don't know if this is true, I'm not going to fact check it, but this seems like...
Incredible.
Papa got. Hey,
Incredible.
Let's go.
Incredible. Hey guys, I'm gonna watch the IDUBBBZ video, and I'm gonna pretty much take all of it as fact, whatever IDUBBBZ says, and then any criticism though, I'm pretty much just not gonna fact check it. It's pretty cool, man. I love it.
When people pointed out how lazy his video was, he co-posted by saying he touches too much grass. Dude, you only had to watch like 20 minutes of the H3 podcast to get his side of things. Is that too much work for you?
Find his post interesting. Remove today's video. Why? Because I felt like it. I'm gonna start.
Apparently this Papa Gut guy watches my debates. I did not know that. He's got like some content on his channel that's him reviewing me debating fucking crazy people. Queeman put out a Papa Gut hit piece. Really? Oh no. Well, you can't say Queeman isn't... you can't say he's chasing anyone because that Hasan community will never love him. I think he knows that. They'll never appreciate him. But like, yeah, he just says what he believes. Big respect. Even though we disagree on many such things. Perhaps. Who knows? Right. Do I want to keep gaming or am I wanting to eat and sleep? One more level. 9 hours, 42-minute stream. The thing is that these next quests probably should be done in the evening because they're group quests. No one's going to be on tomorrow because it'll be morning and game time. Finish this video as well. I think I should probably eat and sleep. I'll finish this video tomorrow. Yeah, this is potentially group quests now. Not all of them though. It's all full of fucking warnings like this quest is very hard, be careful. Okay, buddy. I'm here, I can just go off. Okay, fuck it. Okay, dudes. Oh. Be careful. I'll be fine. Shut up. 5 more levels. What, until halfway? True. ContraPoints has been going fucking schizo on Twitter. Look at this. A cult of incompetence and failure. Worried that Zohran will become the next AOC. Gifted community comments are giving me Obama flashbacks. A villain who people treat like a hero and it's AOC. Get a new argument. And they all call her a Hillary Clinton friend. Daddy Tanky. Fuck me. Yeah, I wonder why Vadim isn't attacking her for hanging out with fucking Hillary Clinton. Eh? Hill dog. Oh no, Hasan fans are mad because she followed Salzak. Should I put the globe in bio now? Damn, is she gonna lip out? I do wonder what someone like Natalie, because she is actually a smart person. Like, she reads a lot and she knows like things that you wouldn't know unless you'd actually just read it yourself. Like, it's not just grabbing stuff off of fucking Reddit or regurgitating the same fucking circular human centipede of bullshit that the entire like left-wing YouTube has become. I do wonder if she's ever actually watching this whole Israel-Palestine discourse in the sphere that she's linked with and thinking, what the fuck is going on here? I do wonder. My guess is she's probably way to the left of someone like me on the issue, but probably sees the Hamas simpery and all that shit being kind of insane. That's probably where I think. And I think she'll probably never want to engage with it because that would absolutely destroy her. I don't think she'd be built for it. Anyway. Oh.